I don't know where she's at.
Fuck, I don't want to get charged like this. Fuck you.
No fucking way. Oh, come on. Saint.
I'm leaving you. I'm
take
sorry.
a break. Take a break. There's two smokers. There's two smokers. There's two smokers. Take a break. Take a break.
I'm on a break. I'm on a break.
All of you went on break. All of you went on fucking break.
Oh my god. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Left 4 Dead 2. My favorite game, and the game that pisses me off the absolute fucking most.
Fuck it. No, jockey. Bitch.
It's my favorite game of all time, but it's also the bane of my existence. Here's why. My friend Nine and I thought it would be a brilliant idea to take on a challenge. Finish every single campaign of Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 on expert mode. Sounds doable, right? Play through all the maps, crush them in a week or two, and then move on to expert realism mode. We still haven't finished step 1. We've been at this for almost a full fucking year. In total, there are 14 campaigns in the game. Out of all those campaigns, we completed 6 on expert mode. Going into this challenge, we've played all the maps on normal difficulty, so we weren't totally lost. However, what we didn't do was look up tips, glitches, none of that. We went in with skill and skill alone. That and sometimes our friends.
Yeah, I groom cats and dogs.
You breed?
Groom!
Okay, groom. I was about to say, you're a pet breeder?
Fuck no. I'm not even good at breeding myself.
What? What?
You're fucking killing me.
The amount of skill and willpower needed for this challenge is extremely hard. But despite all that, I still come back to this game. So why am I so obsessed with Left 4 Dead 2? A game that clearly enjoys chewing me up and spitting me back out. Well, that's what we're here to explore. I am SSB Fuller, and whether you are a long-term fan or somehow new to this iconic game and missed out, let me tell you the masterpiece that is Left 4 Dead 2.
Holy shit.
Hey, kill all sons of bitches, right?
Left 4 Dead 2 is a game I doubt I need to explain to most of y'all, since this game stood the test of time for over a damn decade, and still has a huge following and active player base. For the small number of people who don't know this game for some reason, this is Left 4 Dead 2, a zombie game. No, scratch that. The zombie game, where you play as 4 survivors and fight off thousands of zombies trying to kill you. Now, of course, you got your normal zombies, your common infected and uncommon infected, but these are just cannon fodder that stand in your way that are easily cleared with ammo or a baseball bat. The real challenge to this game, that is a reason for a lot of my anger, are the special infected. These fucks are what really breaks your run. They also have different music and sound effects. First up, we have the most well-known special infected, the Hunter. This hardcore parkour, I'm not sure if that's a real word, is the ultimate stalker, leaping into the air and directly onto you out of nowhere. And on the side note, the AI for this thing is smart as hell. Remember how I said he comes out of nowhere? This guy will literally stalk your team and pounce at the perfect moment to get one of y'all. If you catch it mid-stalk and shoot at it, the Hunter will try to retreat and find its footing. So, if you do, shoot it and make sure you kill it. This is the Boomer, a fat infected who will hide in corners and vents just to throw up on you. And no, I'm not joking. This thing's puke will attract a horde if you're hit by it, and they will only go after you. But it has the least amount of health, so it's pretty easy to kill. Although fair warning, do not be close to this thing when it dies because it blows up on death. And of course, if you get hit by it, then you attract the horde. So stay clear of this thing if you can. The spitter spits stomach acid at you and on Beth. Yeah, that's about it. The smoker is a long-tongued asshole who will use its long tongue to catch, drag, and hang you.
Do I want the shotgun?
Lighten it up.
Fuck it, I'm just
Okay.
What just happened?
In the words of the almighty Russian Badger,
Chargers are the 10th prestige veterans of beating their meat, with right arms the size of tree trunks ready to rock you like a freight train and smash you in a ground chuck once they come to a stop.
great, now I gotta talk about this fucker. This is the jockey. The one special infected that pisses me off the absolute fucking most. This hunchback bastard is similar to the hunter, but he will ride you. This guy leaps onto your head and will direct you into fire, a horde of infected, off a cliff, and some more. Now this guy seems basic, so why do I hate him so much? Remember how I said special infected can make or break a run? For me, it's always him, who completely shatters my perfect run.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Anyway, yes, the special infected can decide the fate of your game, but there's two I didn't talk about yet. Those two being the witch and the tank. That cry is the signal you get when a witch is close by. Now, unlike other special infected, she doesn't actively hunt down survivors, but she will if scared. This can be by too much staring, being too closer, too much exposure to a flashlight, attacking her, touching her, or in Knight's case, a damn door.
How did you forget?
I didn't realize we were that close to the door. Fuck this, I'm going. We have no choice but to kill him in order to make it to the next floor, do we? Night! Yo! 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 Die, bitch! What the fuck?
Thankfully, the witch you can just ignore most of the time by walking around her unless she's in a tight space. Just be careful when you accidentally do scare her because she will chase you until either one of you is dead or until she eventually runs away. Once she's in chase, there's no stopping her, as she can just charge through doors on expert mode. She can even one-shot you. So if you can, just completely ignore her. However, the last special infected you can't really ignore at all. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this question. If you go into piranha-infested waters and there's no piranhas, what does that mean? That means there's a shark around, or in this case, a tank. These hulking zombies act like the mandatory boss every time you encounter one. However, unless it's scripted, you only get either a tank or a witch once per chapter. Yes, I said chapter. I will go into that later. The tanks are the physical strongest of the infected, sending you flying with every hit, with them instantly downing you on expert mode. Not to mention, this thing comes with projectiles. That's right, this big bitch digs its hands into the ground just to launch concrete at your head. You think this thing will just chuck it like a child having a tantrum, but no, this thing is pretty damn accurate. Always either hitting or close to hitting a survivor. Thankfully, the concrete is slow and you can easily dodge it if seen. Something harder to dodge is when this big bitch is sending cars your way. That's right, this guy hits cars your way that can either insta-down you or even kill you. Oh, and these things have a shit ton of health. So when you fight this thing, you better have enough ammo. Another way of effectively killing this thing is with fire. Unless it's near water. Those flames don't go out. However, this thing can also spawn in with hordes, and it makes it a lot harder to kill this thing. And it can spawn in areas you wouldn't even expect it in.
Jockey, bitch. Why the fuck was he in the train? Yo!
I've mostly spoken about the enemies in the game and not the characters you play as because, well, outside of looks, personality, and story, their stats are all the same. So let's do a quick rundown of the characters. War veteran that smokes a lot. Biker dude that hates everything. Pill is here. Extreme mommy and daddy issues. Football coach that loves cheeseburgers. Asshole. News reporter. This person has no haters unless you heard his 50th story about fucking Keith.
Tell you about the time my buddy Keith and I were on the top of a burning building.
Okay, maybe I can go into more detail about them, but briefly, I don't want to prolong this video too much. Let's start off with the original Left 4 Dead survivors. The game takes place in 2009. On a fateful night, the zombie outbreak occurs in Pennsylvania. Bill, Zoe, Francis, and Lewis are seemingly the only ones immune to the virus. So despite being total strangers to one another, they agree to work together with the goal of going to the Florida Keys, believing the infection can't reach the island. This game has a lot of story elements to it as you play, with small details of the story even being found on the walls too. With each campaign being treated like a movie with chapters. Hell, when you load into a new campaign, it has a movie poster. But let me stop being sidetracked. The survivors work together to get to multiple different safe points in order to be rescued by the government. If you really want to know more about the original cast, I highly recommend not only playing the game, but also reading the Sacrifice comics. For a game that came out so long ago, the story holds up a lot. As for Left 4 Dead 2, the game takes place a week after the first game, where you have Coach, Zoe, Nick, and Ellis. The overall story is similar to the survivors of the first game, just them also working together to eventually be rescued, but this time the government and military is more involved. It explains the more guns, some of the uncommon infected. This leads to the guys questioning the government's real motives, but still goes to get rescued by them anyway. Unfortunately, there's no comic for these guys, so whatever happens to them, we don't know. Also, side note, if any chance Avowed executive is watching this, please for the love of God give us Left 4 Dead 3. I know Turtle Rock Studios isn't yours anymore, but come on, millions still love Left 4 Dead 2. I'm begging for Left 4 Dead 3. I want to know what happens to the guys of the second game. Hell, I will take a comic book even. And I know you can do that. You still own the IP rights to Left 4 Dead. Like, you can put Bill into Dead by Daylight as a free character, I might add. But you can't tell me what happened to the survivors of the second game with the comic. Until then, me and so many others are forced to imagine what happened after the second game. But at least I can come to terms with that better with the help of mods. And no, I'm not talking about going to some third-party source to customize your game, because you don't have to. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to show you the Steam Workshop. People, this is how many Left 4 Dead content creators spice up their games. Here is where you can find maps, customize weapons, make infected look different, turn your survivors into someone else completely. There are 15 years worth of community-made mods at your fingertips, with more still being made to this day. Mods ranging from minor fixes to the cool to the questionable. Anything you want is there, and all you have to do in order to download it is just press a green check mark. So I spoke about how good the game is, but the thing is I didn't talk much about the gameplay. Let me tell you something. For a game released in 2009, this game holds up just as or even better than majority of games we currently get. The best part is not even complicated. You get your main weapon, which is your assault rifles, snipers, shotguns, your secondary weapons, which are pistols and melee weapons. And before some of you guys go, why the hell would I pick a bat over a deagle? Remember how I said there's hordes in the game? You can easily get surrounded by a bunch of common infected, especially if you are singled out. Melee weapons fix that issue by hitting it with a wider area of space. That's why when I play most of the time, I'm carrying a melee weapon. Next is your health item. These are the medkits that heal you or your team, and the defibrillator, which can bring the dead teammates back to life. Then you got your throwables like Molotovs and pipe bombs, which can clear hordes and distract infected, and bio bombs. They're just boomer puke in a jar. It draws zombies to whoever it hits. For the final slot, I like to call boosters, these are items that give you temporary health that goes down after time. These are pills and adrenaline shots. Pills give you more temporary health, but the shot gives you a massive speed boost, making you faster in everything you do. Now there's other environmental stuff I can talk about, like how you can blow up gas cans or spawn a horde if you set a car alarm off. But there's something I wanted to talk about the most, and that's the director. Remember how I said this game is like a movie? The director ensures no two runs feel the same. This thing is an in-game AI that changes up the game depending on how well you are doing, and even on some maps, change the terrain. So, you suck and you keep going down? The director gives you more health items. And are you doing too good at the game and speeding through the map? Enjoy this awkwardly placed tank. I gave this game so much praise, but it isn't without its flaws. The AI for the survivors are dumb as hell, that can easily screw you over in the long run. There are mods to help fix that, but only do so little. That's why I like to have at least one other person with me to make up for the AI stupidity. Just watch out for the friendly fire.
So he was just dancing on you while you were being choked to death. You
Yeah.
probably like it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No.
I know I would.
What? What kind of kinky?
Did you? What the fuck?
I thought you were a zombie.
How'd you?
God. Why?
I truly love this game. It's one of my top 2 favorite games of all time, only being contested by Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I fucking love that game. It's this love for the game that I keep doing this challenge. I want the achievement that not many people have in this game. I will admit doing this challenge can be repetitive, especially when live streaming. But even though the official story is over, this chapter of the franchise isn't. People are still coming to the game, and hell, I'm even trying to convince my friends to play this game. This game, in fact, is one of the all-time greats, and I love to see it prosper after over a decade of its release. This game stood the test of time, but as it is currently now, there's no promise of a Left 4 Dead 3 to ever happen. The community is still thriving, and we're still ready for more. If there's some Valve executive watching this video trying to get Left 4 Dead 3 greenlit, I'd cheer you on from the side. Also, if I can voice act in Left 4 Dead 3 even as a side character, I highly appreciate it. Until then, let's continue spanning on the game we have. And yeah, that's Left 4 Dead 2. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing. And first off, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my friend Nightwolf, who has helped me in this challenge. We still have not completed, but we are still persevering through it. And I'd also like to give another shout out to my friend Void. Her input helped the video significantly, and I don't even know how many test views I had to send her. What, like 4, maybe 5? It's been a lot. Hell, in the process of making this video, I've also moved. So I hope you guys enjoy the new setup, the new everything. Hell, I even bought some foam panels. Thank you all so much for watching again. And if you like this video, please consider following me on Twitch, where you can see me live and the bullshittery that goes there. I do promise I am returning to Twitch. And if you really enjoyed this video, you're definitely going to love this one right here. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and I hope to see you all next time.